What's up you guys, it's Molly. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome to another video. I have a very special guest, my adorable little Allison. And we're gonna be doing a college Q&A. I haven't done one of these in a hot minute, and I used to do them all the time, kind of just answering your general questions about dorms, Greek life, social life, all of those different things. And so I decided to sit down and have another perspective that I thought would definitely be really valuable for any of you debating on coming here, maybe want to transfer, coming in for your freshman year. And I have a ton of questions you guys asked me on my Instagram, so we're gonna jump right into it. You don't really know any of the questions either, so I think
I haven't seen any of them.
I think it'll be very
fun.
Organic answers, and it'll be really fun. So let's jump right into it. The differences between the dorms and how you like Bama even though you don't party. The differences between the dorms, I lived in Prez and you live in Lakeside.
I'm in Lakeside West, yeah.
So they're both suite style dorms, and based on like prices, I think Prez is the most expensive. I think it's like $4,500 to $3,000.
Yeah, okay, mine's also $45.
Okay,
I think all suite style is the same price.
The suite styles, yeah, are definitely the most expensive. I think Prez is a very large dorm too. Like it's 7 floors, whereas yours is only 4. So
and
it's
then some of the
smaller.
other suite styles are 5. So they're all different.
They're all over the place. I honestly think Prez, I was in Prez 1. There are 2 Prezes. Prez 1 has closet doors and dark wood, and Prez 2 does not have closet doors and has light wood. So if you're deciding between the two for some reason, those are like the main differences. Yeah. All the suite styles are really nice. Like a lot of people feel like the end all be all is Prez, or if you're in the sorority, a lot of people also would choose Tut, but I don't really think that it's a big difference. Besides, obviously Tut is communal.
Yeah.
And if you're coming in, not this coming fall, but the next fall, there's a brand new Tut opening. So if you were coming in 2 years, that would definitely be a good place to live because it won't be as old.
It'll be brand new.
Because Tut right now is old.
So gross.
It's not good. I mean, personally, I just had no desire to live there.
Same. If you're the type of person where like you need like your alone time, you need to be able to process, you know, like your day and like just like you need time alone, suite style is definitely the way to go because you're able to like hang out in your living room, like, you know, be with other people, but you also are able to like have an escape and be in your own room whenever you want, which is so nice.
That's so true.
Yeah.
The second question was, how do you like Bama even though you don't party? I think personally, like, it's still amazing, and I'm also a public relations student, so it's the best program in the country for that. That was what drew me here, was because like why would I go anywhere else when it's the best for it? But I still think like there are a lot of ways and things I do socially like that don't mean like going to like a party or going to bars. Like it's never been an issue for me. I mean, it also probably helped me with like making friends and stuff because I joined Greek life.
I'm more of a mix.
You're
mixed,
like
I definitely go out more than you do, but I'm also not like one of those people that goes out every day. Like I'm a pre-med major, I'm a biology major, and so like with my workload I need to have a lot of balance. And
that's the one thing too that a lot of people ask me. They're like, should I not join Greek life if I don't like to go out? And that answer is no, because there's so many other things you do in it. Like a sorority that's not what a sorority is. No. You know, they're never gonna make you feel weird for not going out or anything like that. So the next question kind of goes off the last one. Would you recommend Tut or Prez if I'm rushing? I don't really think it makes a difference personally, because I was in Prez and like I had in-person rush and you did virtual rush, so we kind of have very different perspectives on it, because honestly, even though mine was in person, it didn't affect me. You just get on a bus and like they drive you down to sorority where you're not walking the whole way across campus.
The convenient part about being in Tut during rush is that you're literally right across the street from sorority row.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're in Prez, it's definitely a good walk, but it's not anything that is like a major hassle to deal with. So.
And they make it so easy, like during rush, like if you had long breaks, especially after open house like Philanthropy, Sisterhood, and Prep, like when your schedules are different and maybe you have a very long break some of those days, they have buses constantly taking girls back to their like respective dorms. So there's like a specific bus you get on to go back to Prez or Lakeside or whatever. So it's not really a big deal. If you think that you would like being surrounded by girls in Greek life all day every day, then I would recommend Tut. But if you like alone time, that's pretty much like the best way I could explain it, is if you like to have your own space. Also,
Yeah, Tut is gonna be like majority girls in sororities.
Yeah, that's why girls
like,
pick it.
Yeah, because it's all girls, and then a lot of the girls will rush. Not saying every girl who lives in Tut's in a sorority, because that's definitely not the case, but a good amount are.
Yeah.
But whereas with Prez, a good amount are definitely still in Greek life, but not nearly as many.
So the next question is best advice for getting involved.
Yeah.
Get on board day. You literally, normally in pre-COVID times, better times, it's at the Ferg, like, I don't want to say Ferg quad, but like it kind of like leads down the main quad, like from the Ferg, and it's literally just tables of every club on campus pretty much, and if you are interested, you talk to them, and most of the time you get free stuff, so it's also pretty cool. A lot of sororities also do their own versions of Get On Board Day, like Pi Phi always does one.
Yeah, so with Pi Phi Get On Board Day, I went to like regular virtual Get On Board Day, but with it being virtual, it was just so much harder.
Yeah.
To like manage it, and it honestly like just, oh my god, like with Get On Board Day I was just like, this sucks, like I don't want to like do this, whatever.
Yeah.
But with the thing that I liked about Pi Phi Get On Board Day is that we had girls like in our sorority who were in these clubs
yeah.
like talk to us about like why they joined, what it's about, like how to get involved, whatever. And having girls that I already knew talk about the clubs that like they were involved in, and like, you know, just kind of like knowing their personalities already and like knowing what their likes and dislikes were, it kind of helped me be like, oh, I think I would really enjoy this club. And so
the next question is, how do you balance schoolwork and social life compared to high school?
Okay, so one thing that kind of like hit me in the face with transitioning from high school to college was, in high school they were very much like, teachers will stay on you about due dates, teachers will get on you about if you have a bad grade on something, or teachers hold you accountable. They are the ones that do the teaching. Whereas in college, majority of what you're learning, a good amount of it is self-taught. Like you have to take the extra step and like educate yourself and like take detailed notes and to go to office hours and to, you know, like do all these things to really like do well. Like there are definitely teachers that like want you to succeed and do well, but you're most likely not gonna have a professor that's gonna like hold you specifically accountable on every single assignment.
Honestly, like with college, obviously we're in Greek life and we're involved in a lot of other things, and so I feel like in college anyway, like you kind of think you're doing a lot in high school, and I feel like that just amplifies in every aspect of your life, not even just schoolwork, but like I'm in capstone agency, so that's basically like an unpaid internship. Like I'm doing work that I'd be doing in the real world pretty much every day of the week on top of my schoolwork, and then I'm in Pi Phi and there's a lot of obligations with that, and it just kind of like builds up. And then like obviously like my friendships, like I have to spend quality time with them. Your time is also like so limited in college, like you're spreading yourself very thin, and a lot of people don't talk about that too. Like a lot of people just assume that every college freshman has it together. It's important to like normalize the fact that 95% of the time they might be acting like they are, but they probably don't. And it's okay. Like when I first joined, like I also started doing a lot of the extracurriculars. I'm still really involved into this day. Like I started them as a first semester freshman, so like I really had to kind of change my routines and like get myself accountable and put myself on like doing things at specific times and like just not slacking off, basically. I like this question. How to decide what to pack?
I would look up like the what to pack to college, and like those like were really what helped me.
Because my issue, like honestly this year was easier to pack than last year, because this year I was like, well, we're not gonna have date parties and we're not gonna have like events really, and so I kind of just packed like, okay, maybe some game day outfits, like maybe obviously we ended up having like a full season where we could go to games if we wanted to,
because I didn't know what game days were gonna look like this year with COVID. So like I didn't even end up bringing any like game day clothes until I even got here.
My best advice probably would be to like honestly go through like every section of your closet, like jeans, shirts, dresses, going out shirts, like specific categories you have in your closet, and like pick your favorite items, and then pick like your few items that like you're like, I would probably wear this, and literally only take those. I honestly didn't do a very good job with that. I feel like I could have packed a lot less. Okay, so this next one is, do sororities have payment plans or scholarships? They have both.
Well, so Pi Phi has payment plans and scholarships, which is so nice. And I'm actually on a payment plan for Pi Phi. It's not like, it's literally, they just cut it in half. Like it's not, but which is, it's so convenient, honestly. Every sorority is different, so like it really depends on what your chapter, what the rules are for that. Like, so if you do end up joining a sorority and you're concerned about the financial aspect of it, definitely reach out to whoever's in charge of your finances, because if you need to be on a payment plan or if you need to look into scholarships, that's definitely something you could do.
Do you think it is hard to double major and still have a social life? So I am not a double major. I'm a PR major and a psych minor, but I do know somebody that is in capstone agency with me that is a triple major.
She can do that?
I don't remember. Oh wait, it's marketing, Spanish, and something else. But she's literally a triple major because she's on my client team, and we posted her on the social media for capstone agency, and we were like, she's a queen.
I didn't even know you could do that.
We have this system through UA called DegreeWorks, which I personally think is the greatest thing to exist. And oh my god, we were talking about this the other day, how much we like just love playing around on DegreeWorks, because it literally, you can go on it and be like, what if I was a PR major and a psych major, or a PR major and a political science major, and it'll show you like your progress in your degree. So basically like what your projected like year in school is based on the credits you have, what you would have to take, and all of that. But I would say it definitely depends on what you want to do, because I do know a lot of people that, especially recently, like I feel like sophomore year is kind of when you realize how much you can really like bite off like getting done. And some people that are pre-med, pre-vet, and maybe wanted to pursue another major or minor, it's honestly pretty hard sometimes for them, but it depends entirely on what you're doing. Because like one of our good friends recently had to drop her minor because her course load was insane, and it would not be possible for her to graduate on time. It's definitely doable. Clearly, I know people that were triple majors, and that's insane.
It definitely depends entirely on what it is you're studying, because like even me, like I wasn't a double major, but I had my major, my minor, and then I'm on the pre-med track, and pre-med has your own set of classes, and then you have your gen ed classes.
Exactly.
So, and I realized that being on the pre-med track with the major that I was doing, there's no way I was going to graduate in 4 years, because the workload of what my major was way too much. Completely dependent on what, you know, your major would be, but it's definitely doable.
Is rushing free?
Nope.
No. So I don't remember. Do you know how much the fee was?
When you sign up to Rush, there's the early bird fee, the regular fee, and then the late fee. Early bird, I believe, was $350.
I was just about to say. I think it's like goes up by 100.
It goes up by 100. I might be a little bit off, but I'm pretty sure it was $350. But what you get with that is you move in early before everybody else, and so they have to cover for like the staff who have to be there early for all of you, and like the things that you need to be able to move in. You also get like t-shirts, you get all the Greek chic, and like, so you get stuff with the money. It's not like you're just paying for nothing.
Plans post-grad. I kind of have an idea, but it's not exactly like I know exactly where I'm gonna work, what town I'm gonna live in, and all of that. But I definitely have things on my bucket list and things I hope to happen. I really want to work in either fashion PR or influencer marketing or sports PR. Probably one of those three.
You would be so good with fashion or sports.
I know. My dad
literally
said,
so opposite, but like you would be so good at both.
Like, I don't know. I could see myself going both ways, which is very different, but I'm okay with that, honestly. Mayfair Group is my dream company. In terms of like places I want to live though, that's the issue, is because Mayfair Group is based out of California, and I do really want to live there, but I don't know if I want to start there. Part of me wants to stay down south, like Nashville, Raleigh, maybe even Texas. Obviously I'm a sophomore, I haven't started applying for jobs. Like I feel like once I start doing that, I'll have more of an idea of where I'll end up. But that's kind of like the direction I'm going.
Whereas me, on the other hand, I have like a whole 10-year plan. Again, not really as much like where I'm gonna live, but so my goal is my goal is to be in med school. So after, I'm on the pre-med track right now, so the goal is to end up in med school. I have a whole list on my phone of like schools that I'm interested in. Hoping to stay somewhere on the East Coast. I'm okay with going up more northern, because I've lived in the South my whole life, and so I think it would just be interesting to go, you know, up a little bit more north. But I definitely want to stay on the East Coast, I think. Like I've had this plan since I was like 10. Like that's not normal. Like it is totally okay to be a sophomore or a junior or even a senior in college and still be like, I'm not 100% sure.
I literally, until senior year of high school, thought I was gonna be pre-med. Like I was taking all the AP science classes, I was doing human anatomy, like I was pretty much set on pre-med track. And then I started applying to college, and for some reason I found myself checking the communications
so funny
box.
That's like what your thought was.
It was so, I don't know what really like switched off. I think I just kind of was like, I wasn't sick of it because I still really do like enjoy the subjects of science. Like I think they're so interesting.
Yeah.
But I was like, I was just like, I don't think I can do it. And so I just switched. But then now I'm here a few years later, like kind of getting an idea of what I want to do, and clearly I'm like content with the path I made. That commercial break was Ava baking mac and cheese, I apologize. So this one kind of goes off of the last one sort of, with how to choose a major. I went from very interested in science to very interested in social media, and I honestly feel like now that I think about it, the shift was because I started YouTube senior year. I like really just put that together just now. But I think it's just really important to like focus on like what you're genuinely interested in. Like if you're doing something just because you might have more money and like make more money. I mean, obviously it's very nice, but you don't want to get burnt out doing something you're not even motivated about. Like this girl loves her pre-med. She bought a suture kit. Like I love her. Like that is like what she's like supposed to do and what she genuinely
like I'm not pre-med because I want to become a doctor and make a bunch of money. It's because I literally can't see myself doing anything else. It's so important that you pick something that you genuinely love, and that you don't just pick something for the money. And if you don't know what it is that you genuinely love yet, then that's okay. You can make your major undecided. You can, you know, like you have time to figure it out.
So I like this next question a lot. Do you think you could have or would ever go to a different school? Think honestly, if I got into UNC, I think I would have gone there, just because it was like the school since I was 10 years old. I was like, I wanted to go there. I don't think I would ever transfer, just because like there's absolutely zero benefit to me leaving somewhere where I'm getting the best possible education for what I want to do. But I think that in terms of like potentially getting like my master's, it's something I've been debating about a lot. I would definitely consider like UNC, UT, places like that, like places that I could have seen myself for undergrad too, but I think that I'm in the right spot for my undergrad, if that makes sense.
If I had gotten into UGA, I would have been forced to go there just because of like the money. It was closer to home, like just because of everything about it. But I mean, I'm a very firm believer in like everything happens for a reason, and like I know that honestly I feel like if I went through the whole like college process again, like deciding where to go and like getting into all the schools again, I still have like just feel like I would have ended up here anyway.
Me too.
So yeah,
that's how you know when you look back and you're like, I would have done the whole thing again, and I would have,
because this really is the perfect school for me. Like it has everything that I wanted. So
exactly. Sorry, thought my camera was dying. Next question is, do most people get a bid when they rush to Alabama? I don't know the exact statistic. I'm pretty sure it's like 95% of people.
It's a pretty high statistic.
A lot of people kind of wonder too, like, why wouldn't someone? A lot of it has to do with like scholarship, and like maybe you just like weren't very involved.
Academics play a much bigger role in sororities than people think. Like even once you're in a sorority, like you are held to a academic standard, and you have to like you actually have to like put in the effort to get good grades.
Next question's kind of just rapid fire between the two of us. What are good brands I should know of for rush dresses? Definitely Princess Polly.
Lulu.
Free People is good. American Threads is good.
American Threads is really good. I got a good amount of my dresses from Altered State, actually.
Oh, very cute. Any like sundresses are honestly the way to go, especially like if you're doing it in person. It's very, very hot outside.
Yeah. Honestly, any like boutique, you like can't go wrong.
And then how in advance do you recommend planning your rush outfits? I started planning mine probably around this time.
I started planning mine, okay, so like, I think I started planning mine in April, honestly.
That's pretty,
because since rush was like virtual, well actually it was because at that point we didn't know if it was going to be in person or virtual or like half and half, and so everyone was kind of like waiting to buy dresses. But I started like planning out ones that I liked and where I was going to get them probably in April.
I pretty much had mine done by June.
Yeah.
Because I did not
definitely
like, rush.
Start early, because the most stressful thing is not having like dresses on time, or like if you need to get them tailored, or if like that you need a different size, and like especially if you order them online and then like they get here late or you have to send them back, or like just it's always better to just plan early.
How do you deal with homesickness? Giving yourself a lot of things to do is honestly the best way to go, like because you're distracted. Like going through rush was the best thing I could have done for homesickness, because literally right after I rushed, I had so many things going on, like between like new member events, sisterhood events, like different things. Like you really get thrown into it in like the best possible ways.
That, and also rush keeps you so busy during the actual like first week you're away from home. So it's like you're more stressed over rush than you are about being away from home.
Yeah, it's the best possible distraction I could have had. I think any other instance, like if you're honestly just feeling homesick, like randomly call your family, honestly just talk to them about it, because
just like communication, like just because you're going to college doesn't mean you like stop talking to your family.
And it also doesn't mean that because maybe you're not even a freshman, maybe you're older and you deal with it, it doesn't mean it's not normal. Everyone deals with it at their own pace. So I think it's just important to like stay in contact with your family and like, I don't know, figure out ways that you can feel better and like a routine of calling them and stuff. So then the last question is, what's something you wish you knew about rush beforehand? That the girls aren't intimidating at all, that they're literally the most approachable people ever, and they make you feel so comfortable, like you literally don't feel pressured at all.
That, and also that the actives are just as scared and nervous as you are. And that like just because you're the PNM and you're the one going through rush, like yeah, it's terrifying, but like they're just as nervous and excited to meet you as you are to them. And like they're literally a year older than you. Like they're just people. Like they're not, you know, it's not like a crazy job interview. It's not anything like that intimidating. And that like they're literally girls who are a year or two older than you. Like it's not, you know, it's not anything that like should be taken like too seriously. And like the more fun you have with it, the easier it'll be. And like to honestly just go into it with more of a like excited attitude than a like nervous one.
Yeah, and don't be something you're not, because you'll just end up in a house you're not supposed to be.
Be your genuine self, like for real.
Okay, you guys, that is it for this college Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button down below, and be sure to follow me on my Instagram so you guys can stay up to date on my life, and I'll put Allison's Instagram in the description as well. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.
Bye. Bye.